So y'all not having babies no more? Hmm. Let's react. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the lounge. The CDC is reporting that the United States birth rate has hit an all-time low. Without further ado, let's go ahead and hear what they got to say about this issue and what are they doing to get you to start having babies.
Is dropping and actually hit an all-time low in 2024. Fewer than 1.6 children were born per woman last year. In the early 1960s, the total fertility rate was around 3.5. But a CDC review of birth certificates released earlier this year found a 1% increase in live births in 2024. That's about 33,000 more than the year prior. Here to explain is Dr. Joanne Stone. She's a maternal fetal medicine specialist and a professor and chair at the Icahn School of Medicine at Mount Sinai. Dr. Stone, thank you so much for joining us. So my first question is, explain what this means, that the fertility rate is dropping, but the number of births increased.
So the general fertility rate means the number of births given to women who are aged 15 to 44 per 1,000 women. So while the number of births actually increased, the number of births per woman decreased. So there's just a larger pool. And it's really interesting when you break it down into age-specific numbers. So women aged 15 to 34 had a decline in number of births. Women aged 35 to 39 were stable, and women who are 40 to over had an increase in births. So it's really those women in their 40s that are driving that small increase in births.
And doctor, do we know why we're seeing a decline in the fertility rate?
Well, fertility rate, I think, is an indicator of public health. So I think we have to ask the question, why is that? And I think things like access to reproductive care, health economics, the cost of living, housing, and paid parental leave are key factors to that decrease in birth rates.
When we do see a dip in the fertility rate like this, is that something we should be concerned about? Why does that matter?
Real quick. I do want y'all to consider this. Look at this. Let's say people marrying later, right? So the birth rate declined for women in their 20s and early 30s. Now, the reason why is because we talk about this all the time at the One Lounge about the modern woman. Normally, the modern woman, they're more career driven oriented, meaning that they're going out and seeking careers. They getting these degrees, getting into debt and stuff, right? And then later on down the line, they're looking for a man to be a suitor for them or to help them get out of their situation rather than looking for a man for companionship. So men have ultimately have caught on to the scheme that these modern women are running on them, and they decided that they're not going to have babies with them. Period. You know, so that could be a driving factor as well too. And the other part is about the financial concern. Yes, lower income communities, they don't want to have children because it is a very high risk to want to have children in these type of communities. And the reason why is because when you're born into a poverty stricken household, um, the increase of abuse happens in these type of households. So yeah, but let's continue.
Is that something we should be concerned about? Why does that matter?
I think it matters because there's less people coming into the workplace. I mean, years from now, we're going to have less workers, less people in the classroom. So I think that it does have a large impact on the overall population.
So here's another interesting one point that she was making. She's up here saying that if the ladies are not having baby or these women not having baby, then it's going to affect the workforce eventually. I want to bring this to your attention that overall, this is the reason why the government is concerned about this because they need workers to fuel the machine. Okay, if they don't have workers to fuel the machine, if they don't have kids being born so they could be indoctrinated into the educational system so they could be productive worker citizens, then it's going to affect the population economically. It's going to be a huge economic impact on that.
Now, the Trump administration
Do I agree with that? I, a lot of it, seems unethical to me, but it is what it is.
has actually been trying to encourage Americans to have more children. We're seeing benefits, expanded access to IVF, baby bonuses to families, things like that. Could those potentially be effective?
I think there's a lot of controversy about that. What is the actual impact going to be? So that executive bill is asking for recommendations. I'm not sure it's going to impact our low-income women and have access to those women who seek those kind of care. I mean,
Yeah, so finally, President Trump has issued out a grant for women who decide to have babies. If they were to have babies, Trump is going to give them $1,000. So literally, the government is paying women $1,000 just so you can have a baby. All right. So that right there should make you think twice about that. It should make you scratch your head like, okay, why is this so important for the government? Where the government trying to incentivize you to have children. All right. Kind of want interesting too because this on former election right between President Trump and Kamala Harris. Kamala Harris on campaign was dealing with reproductive rights and stuff. Now keep in mind there was campaigning that the woman had the right to choose whether or not she want to have babies or not, But in most cases, they're saying that abortion or whatever case may be is in well within that woman's rights. So I'm just bringing this up because I just want y'all to consider all of this, okay?
the maternity deserts across rural America. So, well, I think it remains to be seen what that impact will be.
And when we talk about the fertility rate, I mean, is it economical? Is it cultural? Is it a lot of factors that are influencing this?
I think it's a lot of factors, and I think the fact that we're seeing women in their 40s show that women are delaying childbearing for both personal and professional reasons. Medical advances are really important. Advances in reproductive technology are helping women who are older to have children. But I think, overall, that's what's driving that change.
All right, Dr. Joanne Stone, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate it.
Thank you.
So what do y'all think about the whole concerns about the United States birth rate is dropping? Do you believe that it's going to continue to decline due to a lot of factors contributing to that? One main factor is economics. Another factor is based on cultural and world belief. Right now, we have different communities going back and forth as you say, clashing. They call it the gender war, all right, where men or no longer want to get, while modern women are pregnant. And, vice versa, modern women don't want to get pregnant by, these type of men unless they could be incentivized on being pregnant. One last thing too, I want y'all to want to consider this as well too. Y'all remember in the 70s and the 80s, right, where the United States are having the same type of situation where, they was having low birth rates. Do you know what they end up doing to increase the birth rates? Y'all know what they did? They went to one of the lower poverty communities, right? They literally put the men in these poverty communities in one situation where they couldn't find work. Okay. They said that they was either under qualified or over qualified to find any type of work. So guess what? They left the household, without a stable environment, for the mother. Okay. Guess what they ended up doing? They had created a program. That program is known as the welfare system. Kind of sound familiar with what President Trump is doing right now, correct? Where they created a welfare system. They incentivized women. If you were to get pregnant by a man, you don't have to be married to the man, but if you get pregnant, we're going to incentivize you by putting you on a welfare program where we'll literally pay for your food, we'll literally pay for your housing, we'll pay for the meals for the child and stuff until a certain age and stuff. And on top of that, we will incentivize you cash payments every single month to take care of you. The only thing that you need to do is that you cannot be married to that man. Because if you do be married to that man, then it's going to disqualify you due to you being over the threshold, as they call it. Guess what? Between that time period, the 70s and the 80s, they end up on creating all these bastard children that's been born out of wedlock. And therefore, this is where we at right now. So y'all let me know what you think in the comments about this whole type of situation. Y'all let me know if you agree with my assessment on this or not. What about the CDC as well too? What do you think about their intentions behind it? Do you think their intentions are pure, or do you think their intentions are some bullshit? Let me know in the comment section. Until again, we'll see you on the next episode.